will also be taking the stand. But here to break down the very latest.
Industry start when he's 23 years old. He founds a record label called Bad Boy.
But accepting a plea agreement would mean that Sean Combs would have to admit.
Can't be fair and impartial. Then the parties get to.
Sean Diddy Combs rejecting a final offer for a plea deal.
Could one of the world's most powerful music moguls spend the rest of his life behind bars? Sean Diddy Combs faces explosive federal charges. Racketeering, sex trafficking, and more. His high-stakes trial begins Monday. Here's everything you need to know about the case that's set to shake the entertainment world to its core. Why this trial matters. Sean Diddy. Combs is no stranger to the spotlight. From his groundbreaking music career to his business empire, he's been a cultural icon for decades. But now, he finds himself at the center of one of the most explosive federal criminal cases involving a celebrity in recent history. This trial is not just another headlines, a major event that could reshape how high-profile cases involving entertainment figures are viewed and handled. When we say this trial is on the scale of Johnny Depp or even O.J. Simpson, we're talking about a case that captures public attention, legal scrutiny, and media frenzy. The charges are serious, the stakes are high, and the courtroom drama promises to be intense. The trial is set to start this Monday, and it's already dominating news cycles worldwide. What are the charges? Let's break down the charges Diddy is facing, because understanding them is key to grasping the seriousness of this trial. The federal government has charged Sean Combs with racketeering and sex trafficking. Racketeering is a complex charge that usually involves running or participating in an illegal business or criminal enterprise. It's often associated with organized crime, and it means prosecutors believe Diddy was involved in coordinating or benefiting from illegal activities on a large scale. Sex trafficking is an even more severe allegation. It involves the exploitation of individuals through force, fraud, or coercion for commercial sex acts. This is one of the most serious crimes under federal law, reflecting the government's commitment to combating human trafficking and protecting victims. The road to trial. One of the most dramatic aspects of this case is that Sean Combs declined the government's final plea deal. Legal analysts widely expected this, but it's still a bold move. Plea deals are common in federal cases because they allow defendants to avoid the uncertainty and publicity of a trial by pleading guilty to lesser charges or accepting a negotiated sentence. In this case, the plea deal would have still resulted in double-digit years behind bars for Diddy. So, by rejecting it, he is essentially gambling on his chances in court, hoping to be found not guilty. The judge made it clear that Diddy's decision to go to trial was knowing and voluntary. This means he understands the risks involved, including the possibility of a much harsher sentence if convicted at trial. Inside the courtroom. When the trial begins, one detail that might catch your attention is Diddy's courtroom appearance. Unlike what some might expect, he won't be wearing prison clothes or shackles. Instead, he'll be allowed to dress in civilian clothing, button-down shirts, sweaters, the kind of attire that doesn't visually suggest guilt. This is a common legal practice designed to protect the presumption of innocence. If a defendant appears in prison garb, it can unfairly influence the jury by implying they are already guilty. By permitting Diddy to dress normally, the court aims to ensure the jury focuses on the evidence, not the defendant's appearance. Jury selection. One of the biggest challenges in this trial will be selecting a jury. The process starts with a massive pool of about 600 potential jurors. From there, the judge and lawyers will conduct extensive questioning to weed out anyone who cannot be impartial. People who have strong opinions about Diddy, or who have been heavily influenced by media coverage, may be removed for cause. Additionally, lawyers have the right to use peremptory strikes, which allow them to dismiss jurors without giving a reason, although these strikes cannot be used discriminatorily. In the end, the jury will consist of 12 jurors and 6 alternates. But finding people who haven't already formed an opinion is incredibly difficult, given Diddy's celebrity status and the widespread media attention. Star witness. One of the most anticipated moments in the trial will be Cassie Ventura's testimony. Many of you know Cassie as a singer and actress, but she also happens to be Diddy's ex-girlfriend. She is expected to be the star witness for the prosecution. She was the first to publicly accuse Diddy in a 2023 civil lawsuit, sparking the federal investigation. Unlike the other alleged victims, Cassie will testify under her real name, offering first-hand accounts of alleged abuse during their decade-long relationship. Prosecutors are expected to rely heavily on her testimony, while the defense will challenge her credibility. This high-stakes face-off between Cassie and Diddy's legal team is expected to be a defining moment in the trial. What's at stake? So, what's really at stake here? If Diddy is convicted, he could face decades in federal prison and possibly life imprisonment given the severity of the charges. This would be a monumental fall from grace for one of the most influential figures in music and business. Even if he's acquitted, the trial itself has already caused significant damage to his reputation. The media coverage, public opinion, and legal battles have put his legacy under a microscope. The entertainment industry and his fans will be watching closely to see how this unfolds. From a legal perspective, this case could set important precedents for how federal authorities prosecute high-profile figures accused of similar crimes. It's a test of the justice system's ability to hold powerful people accountable, regardless of their fame or fortune. What happens next? With the trial set to begin on Monday, the first step will be jury selection. This process alone could take days or even weeks given the complexity and high-profile nature of the case. After the jury is selected, expect a lengthy trial with opening statements, witness testimonies, cross-examinations, and closing arguments. Both sides will present evidence and try to persuade the jury of their version of events. For anyone following this story, it's important to stay tuned and watch how the legal process plays out. This is not just a celebrity trial, it's a landmark case with far-reaching implications. Want exclusive updates on major celebrity trials? Hit subscribe and join us for your next deep dive into the stories everyone's talking about.